So I just watched the movie, the American Society of Magical Negroes. And here are my thoughts. This movie is kind of a combination of a Wayans movie meets a Boondocks parody meets a uh, Key and Peele skit, right? It's kind of a mashup, if you will, of those. And for the most part, it is it's a flowing movie. It's no stumbling. It's no pauses or breaks where it's hard to watch or really, idle time, if you will. So, about the movie. This movie, like in its name and in the commercials that you've obviously seen, the movie's about a gentleman who gets picked up and tasked to be in the Magical Negro Society of America. Now, this is a comedy, if you will. I brought my little Magical Negro with me, and he couldn't stay still for the life of him. So, this is comical to a sense. It definitely had some more edgier, more real satire or notions, reality spliced into it. So let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing right here, right? Magical Negro Society. How was it for me? For me, it was needed for the culture, right? It was the flip of the coin to Who Cloned Tyrone, if you will, right? So this is the Negro who is palatable in white society, someone who is able to be non-threatening, and in that particular sense, is not threatened or secures audience safe passage for other Negroes, right? You one of the good ones. Y'all can't all be bad. I'm about to rejudge my idea of what it is. Now, as we, oh man, he's back there doing some magical Negro things. As we look into it, and we see we see that is definitely something that happens in America. Something, excuse me, son, 1 second. Something that happens in America, something that goes on far too many times, as far as the feeling of acquiescing to white society because you're black and you feel somewhat of an outcast, not an AT alien, but you are in this maybe suburban arena a lot of times, or you've gone to a PWI. So in these senses, or in these instances, you have a majority, and you being in that minority kind of crushes your individuality in a sense. But let's go back to the movie, shall we? So, The things that I liked about the movie, I like that it showcased a running theme of, if black people get together on the same accord, we can be magical. We can do magic, right? If we were to be unionized, if we were to come together collectively, we can make things move. We can make magic, if you will. So that was a theme in the movie about how magic is made by the collective, everybody coming together and being on one accord. Now, another good thing that I liked about the movie was some of the instances as far as it talked about police violence. It talked about not having the jobs, not having the opportunity to excel, to exceed, meager status. So it did speak on that in a way that was somewhat humorous, somewhat more able to digest for whites. So that definitely was good. It getting the idea of, hey, I feel uncomfortable around you because of how you seem to be comfortable with the status quo, right? Or with the notion that I'm not racist, but I'm inherently racist, but it's not overt, and it's subconscious for me, so that it can't be something that I am actively doing, right? So now, another thing that I liked about the movie was some of its humor. I definitely enjoyed the humor of, it wasn't trying to be a comedy, but it was trying to give levity. It was trying to, oh, you like those big words? Oh, he shut up. He said, Daddy, tell it like it is. And I shall, son. So it was trying to give levity. It was trying to make those hard-hitting facts a little bit more palatable. And I think it did that in a great way. I didn't ha-ha laugh, but I snickered. So the comedy was pretty good. David Alan Grier, he's a great actor. He doesn't get the recognition for being as great of an actor as he is, because he is not a comedian or comedic actor. And I was trying to say all that at one time, but he is a performing actor from Juilliard, and this has his career has been in mostly comedy. I believe I seen him first in Boomerang. He has this thing about him where he can play the straight man, and that's a comedy reference. But the movie or the position that he was in this film, he was not necessarily poised to be the comic relief or having any type of comedic satire. He was, emotional. He had gravity about his persona. His character had depth to it, as far as speaking about his history, his past, his his father. It's a scene that he talked about it, and you know, my father speaks like that, you know, and he recollects and gets emotional and passionate. So it really hit home to me because he was able to really embody um, that father that seen the oppression of his father and questioned the world, right? Um, like my father did, you know. And the main character's name was Aaron. My grandfather was named Aaron. He was also a light-skinned Negro. And my son, he's following suit with the light-skinned. Anywho, now with the dislikes about the movie, let's go there. Am I talking too long? Okay. I mean, I can wrap this thing on up, but let's talk about the dislikes of the movie. The dislikes of the movie were, I did not like how this man was willing to drop the ball on his entire society collective over a white woman. Now, if it was love, it's love, but because it was a white woman, and because it is the melding of the race agenda, it didn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? This movie is about the plight of the black family, or the black society or the community. And this light-skinned Negro, which his mom was white, and they talked about it, which the director, he is also a mixed Negro, and so it kind of had a parallel to, I'm assuming, his life and his upbringing. So that's why he wrote and directed this movie. Now, but I did not like that he went for the white woman. Obviously, they could have shown some kind of black love, and we did not see the black love. There was no black love in there. There was only black cooperation, which is needed, mind you, but I need to say a little love. I'll watch black porn tonight. Anywho, so one thing there I didn't like. Another thing I didn't like was there was no music in the film much. There was no, you know, emotional, you know, music to grip the audience. I felt like some of the times there needed to be an emotional composition that kind of brought you into the feels, right? And it was just none of that, really. It was, you just heard it. You just heard the talking. And maybe that was by design, but I felt like something that, you know, you say something powerful and you let that thing ring out. Boom. Let the music hit. Another thing that I did not like was the ending, right? So this ending, this girl was talking about, she was in a secret society, and he was in a secret society. So now she goes to her secret society after he leaves his, the white woman, right? He leaves his for the white woman. The white woman is in a secret society as well. I did not like that fact that now we're going into her secret society in somewhat of a comedic way. I felt like we've done the American Negro, right? Let's go to our brothers in the UK, because they have a plight all their own as well. They have a story to tell, being with the original colonizers, which they often seem remorseful, repentant, and apologetic. But that might be a farce, might be a front. And, we can also throw in Australia, as they killed their indigenous people. So I just felt like that should have been more of a global, pan-Negro type of ending, where it was, let's show our global connection, as they do in what was it, the Gentleman's Club, or something with the whites and the secret society about saving the world. Anywho, something like that would have definitely been, I think, a better ending. So I'm not going to bore you to death. I'm not going to I'm going to give you my rating. My rating for this movie, it is a 7.6. The reason I say that is because the actor was cast as light-skinned. But I don't feel like the character could have really grappled with the fact that colorism plays a part in our black experience as well. So having a darker skinned, melanated man would have been better for me. But it was kind of on the nose for him telling a personal story, so that's why I docked it. But 0.6 may be given either way, from a 7.6 to 8.2, and the range out of 10 that I would give this movie. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the movie. This is obviously the release, and it came about 16 days too late, in my opinion. This movie is supposed to be a Black History movie. Niggas waited too long. We here now, though.